which were picked up by many of the BJP leaders as well. They were carried to the CEO's office, to the Election Commission's office, as the case may be, to raise objections over some of the names being included. According to Trinamool Congress, the BJP was playing politics through SIR. The BJP was making the point that you have to clean up the voters list. Now, this would be seen as a huge setback to the Trinamool Congress and the state government, because the state CEO has given an order that all Form 7s have to be accepted. That is where the violence had broken out. That was where the confrontation took place between the PROs or the State Election Commission officers on the ground and the Trinamool Congress workers, and the skirmish with the BJP as well. Well, now the state CEO, in a huge setback, has given this order that all Form 7s will have to be accepted. I think the Prime Minister possibly could raise obliquely a reference to this point, that how is it that we are not able to accept the fact that there are a large number of fake voters. He strategically, Raja has chosen Malda, Murshidabad, Dinajpur, has a substantial porous border with Bangladesh. That is where the illegal immigrants issue has also come in. So these are the things that are going to be going on and on about. And that has now snowballed into a huge controversy between the two sides.
All right, Pallavi, thank you so much for all those information. And now we shift our focus to more breaking news coming in on the broadcast. The Defence Procurement Board has approved a proposal to acquire 114 Rafale fighter aircrafts for the Indian Air Force. Now, if declared in the next stages, the induction of these jets will help bridge the gap between the IAF's required and existing operational squadron strength. Now, Indian Air Force currently operates 36 Rafale aircrafts but continues to face a shortfall in the overall squadron numbers. Defence forces also say that IAF recommends that Rafale as it is already operating and maintaining the aircraft. CNN News 18's Akash Sharma joins us for more on this. Akash, a very good morning to you. Could you tell us more about the procurements?
Right. So, Aisha, you see 114 MRFA, the aircraft under MRFA, is a long pending tender, that was in fact planned back in 2007. We all know that how Indian Air Force currently operates just 29 squadrons, while the operational need is and approved, number is 42. And this is the reason why they were deliberating for quite some time now, that they want more aircraft. Whether or not they want to go for fifth generation was something that was, being discussed. But right now we have been given to understand that while, as far as indigenization is concerned, so they will rely on their own fifth generation fighter aircraft program, that is MCA. They are also going to go for the medium multi-role fighter aircraft, that is Rafale. And Defence Procurement Board has recently approved, in fact, yesterday has approved this particular acquisition. Our Defence Procurement Board is just one step back one step down from Defence Acquisition Council. Very soon, this proposal is now going to go for Defence Acquisition Council, DAC, that is headed by Raksha Mantri. And soon after that, we can see one RFP, cost negotiation, and also the CCS clearance, after which we are expecting that these 114 aircraft will be received by Indian Air Force. Now, Aisha, why this is important? It is important because of many reasons. I'll just take 30 seconds to summarize. First one, because Indian Air Force, is struggling with the number of squadrons. They are looking for aircraft. They need aircraft, and that's why it will give them a sort of boost in capabilities. Secondly, as far as this MRFA program is concerned, so it will give them some sort of leeway where they can, in fact, integrate Indian weapons, not just the current weapons, but also the future weapons. So this is going to be the kind of, tech sharing where France is going to give them that sort of advantage. Third, it is coming in Make in India scheme, where it is not just the aircraft, but also the technology, where, technology transfer would be there. And these aircraft will be, in fact, produced here in India. Initial units will, of course, come in flyaway condition, but then these aircraft will be, in fact, assembled here in India, manufactured here in India. Now, the level of indigenization, of course, is a matter of discussion and deliberation as of now, but it is very clear that France is going to give them sort of advantage where they can integrate the weapon. So it's a big boost, capability boost for the Indian Air Force, and very soon, Indian Air Force will have these aircraft.
All right, Akash, thank you so much for all of those information. And with that, we slip into a very quick break. Don't go anywhere. Lots lined up for you right on the other side.
rapidly evolving, it is also extremely interconnected.
Developments in the White House can change business trajectories.
Even affect the common man here in India.
That's where our long-standing partnership with CNN gives us the edge.
With 4,000 plus CNN reporters across 200 countries, our reach is unmatched.
And with renowned names like Fareed Zakaria, Anderson Cooper, or Richard Quest, our access to in-depth analysis is exhaustive and exclusive.
Whether it's conflicts in Europe and Asia,
The New York City mayoral elections, or trade wars and tariffs,
Our partnership with CNN
enables us to keep our finger
on the global pulse. To bring you reports and analysis
with unmatched authority.
Now that's a partnership that makes sense.
This is News 18 Network. India's largest news network.
विकास की राजनीति और विभेद की राजनीति, मतलब ध्रुवीकरण की राजनीति और इसके साथ साथ विकास कर रहे हैं ये दिखाते हुए प्रचार तो शुरू हो चुके हैं बंगाल में। एक तरफ दीदी और एक तरफ मोदी जी मैदान में उतर चुके हैं। दीदी मोदी की ये खेला जो हमें देखने को पड़ेगा, ये हमें मालूम पहले था और ये अभी देखने को मिल रहे हैं। चुनाव आते ही आप लोग आ जाएंगे बंगाल में और दीदी और मोदी की मुकाबला टक्कर हम देखते रहेंगे। चुनाव खत्म, अपने अपने घर वापस।
Now continuing in West Bengal, where tensions are running high following the death of Alauddin Sheikh, a 37-year-old migrant worker from Murshidabad, who was found dead in Jharkhand. This incident has sparked violent protests, with locals blocking the National Highway 12 and setting tires on fire, demanding justice and safety measures for migrant workers. Alauddin Sheikh, a hawker, was allegedly beaten to death and his body was found hanging in his Jharkhand residence. His family claims that he was targeted for being a Bengali-speaking migrant worker. Now, Abhishek Banerjee, Trinamool Congress's General Secretary, spoke with Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren, who assured a high-level investigation and promised to apprehend those responsible. Meanwhile, Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has accused the BJP of targeting Bengalis and labeling them as Bangladeshis. She claims migrant workers are being tortured in BJP-ruled states for speaking Bengali and alleges that the BJP is planning to incite riots in West Bengal. Let's take a look.
Farakka, Chakulia, and then some problem in Beldanga, though they're saying that the labor who died in Jharkhand, they've come up with the ambulance. You have tweeted also. Is this a pattern that suddenly regarding SIR people are on road and minorities are on road?
See, a similar kind of pattern was also observed during the CA, when CA was passed in the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and also during the Waqf. So it's a pattern. So it is nothing to relate with SIR or CA or the Waqf. The main thing is the communal Muslim force. Some portion of the Muslim community has become, actually they have been radicalized by the preachers. Those are from Bangladesh and some people from this part of the state also, this part of the land also. And as a result, all these people always ready, this portion of the people, those are radicalized by this kind of fanatic mindset. They are ready to disrupt the normal life. At present, the national highway is blocked and police is
Welcome back. You're watching CNN News 18 Makes Sense. We return with some breaking news on the broadcast. Tensions escalated in Navi Mumbai after BJP supporters allegedly vandalized a Shiv Sena UBT office in the Nerul area. The office, reportedly belonging to UBT's Shiv Sena city chief Vijay Mane, suffered extensive damage following an argument linked to election results which came out yesterday. Now, security has been tightened in this particular area. This is what we are getting in for you. Post-elections, there have been tensions which have been escalated in Navi Mumbai after BJP supporters allegedly vandalized a Shiv Sena UBT office in Nerul today. Now, the office, which reportedly belonged to UBT Shiv Sena city chief Vijay Mane, that particularly has suffered extensive damage, and this, remember, comes right after the election results were announced yesterday, in which BJP-led Mahayuti gained extensive seats. They have particularly emerged victorious, with UBT Shiv Sena gaining, coming on the second position. So this has, what we understand, has led to this particular violence. Now, for more on this, I'm being joined by CNN News 18's Yasha Kotak. Yasha, very good morning to you. What really triggered the violence in Nerul?
So yes, what we in fact know of is that it was BJP workers who damaged the office of one Vijay Mane, who is a Shiv Sena UBT corporator. Now, what's important to note is that while there was vandalism that took place, there are in fact visuals that are out. So far, any information from cops whether they've registered any kind of an FIR is something that's not really out. Also, what has also come to forth is that when it comes to this very office of the Shiv Sena UBT office bearer, that while has been vandalized, details as to why this very vandalism took place is not clear, but so far sources have indicated that there was some war of words that really took place in the run-up to election, and which is why this vandalism has really taken place. So, of course, one day after the election, we've seen that this kind of vandalism take place. However, over the election and during the election counting, we saw that the polling went on smoothly. Of course, another incident of violence had taken place in Nagpur just on the eve of election, wherein there were allegations that that there was money being distributed, because of which one BJP corporator eventually was headed to that very location, and while on his way, his car was vandalized and he was also beaten up. The person called Bhushan Singhane was beaten up. He, in fact,
I'm so sorry to have interrupted you due to paucity of time. And with that, we shift our focus to some more breaking news coming in on the broadcast. A tense situation unfolded at a traffic signal in the Whitefield division in Bengaluru when a bike rider allegedly threatened a car driver by brandishing a dagger in the middle of the road. Now, this particular incident occurred following an argument between the two while waiting at the signal. According to details, the rider was reportedly carrying a dagger at his waist and suddenly got off the bike, held a knife in his hand, shouted at the car driver and abused him using obscene language while issuing threats. CNN News 18's Rohini Swami for more on this. Rohini, give out more details on this, please.
Well, what we see in terms of these visuals also very clearly, they show that how this particular person has been brandishing a weapon right in the middle of the road itself. Now, a police complaint has been filed, and this has also been taken note of. Very clearly, the entire incident also, when this kind of assault that is going to happen, also has been witnessed on a dash cam itself. So this is being taken up suo motu by the police for now.
All right, Rohini, thank you so much for all those information. And with that, this edition of the Morning News comes to an end. Thank you so much for tuning into CNN News 18 Makes Sense.
This is News 18 Network. India's largest news network.
विकास की राजनीति और विभेद की राजनीति, मतलब ध्रुवीकरण की राजनीति और इसके साथ साथ विकास कर रहे हैं ये दिखाते हुए प्रचार तो शुरू हो चुके हैं बंगाल में। एक तरफ दीदी और एक तरफ मोदी जी मैदान में उतर चुके हैं। दीदी मोदी की ये खेला जो हमें देखने को पड़ेगा, ये हमें मालूम पहले था और ये अभी देखने को मिल रहे हैं। चुनाव आते ही आप लोग आ जाएंगे बंगाल में और दीदी और मोदी की मुकाबला टक्कर हम देखते रहेंगे। चुनाव खत्म, अपने अपने घर वापस।
Now, continuing in West Bengal, where tensions are running high following the death of Alauddin Sheikh, a 37-year-old migrant worker from Murshidabad, who was found dead in Jharkhand. This incident has sparked violent protests, with locals blocking the National Highway 12 and setting tires on fire demanding justice and safety measures for migrant workers. Alauddin Sheikh, a hawker, was allegedly beaten to death and his body was found hanging in his Jharkhand residence. His family claims that he was targeted for being a Bengali-speaking migrant worker. Now, Abhishek Banerjee, Trinamool Congress's General Secretary, spoke with Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren, who assured a high-level investigation and promised to apprehend those responsible. Meanwhile, Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has accused the BJP of targeting Bengalis and labeling them as Bangladeshis. She claims migrant workers are being tortured in BJP-ruled states for speaking Bengali and alleges that the BJP is planning to incite riots in West Bengal. Let's take a look.
Farakka, Chakulia, and then some problem in Beldanga, though they're saying that the labor who died in Jharkhand, they've come up with the ambulance. You have tweeted also. Is this a pattern that suddenly regarding SIR people are on road and minorities are on road?
See, a similar kind of pattern was also observed during the CA, when the CA was passed in the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and also during the Waqf. So it's a pattern. So it is nothing to relate with SIR or CA or the Waqf. The main thing is the communal Muslim force. Some portion of the Muslim community has become, actually they have been radicalized by the preachers. Those are from Bangladesh and some people from this part of the state also, this part of the land also. And as a result, all these people always ready, this portion of the people, those are radicalized by this kind of fanatic mindset. They are ready to disrupt the normal life. At present, the national highway is...
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Now Showing. I'm your host Abhijit Bhatt. Bhai, January agar film hoti na, to it would have been a Sanjay Leela Bhansali film because the month just doesn't end. January is like the Monday of months. It's so long that ideally January 31st के बाद से ही year 2027 start हो जाना चाहिए. But even though January might feel long and never ending, we are here to talk about everything in entertainment that's trending. So without further delay, let's take a look at what's brewing on this week's episode of Now Showing. Imran Hashmi shines as the customs officer in Thackeray, an engaging thriller that leans more on tension than dramatic turns. Veer Das's Happy Patel is a fearlessly funny, politically cheeky, oddball comedy sprinkled with strong performances by Mona Singh, Mithila Palkar and others. Malvika Mohanan talks about working with Prabhas in The Raja Saab, the lack of female-led action films and the culture of hero worship in South Indian cinema. And Nikhil Advani talks about making season 2 of Freedom at Midnight, political cinema and working with Akshay Khanna. Alright, let's start the show with this week's hottest releases and recommendations. Manjhi the Mountain Man film में नवाजुद्दीन सिद्दीकी का डायलॉग था, भगवान के भरोसे मत बैठो, क्या पता भगवान हमारे भरोसे बैठा हो. But when it comes to entertainment, आप बेफिक्र हो कि हमारी entertainment and lifestyle editor तविशी पैटंदी के भरोसे बैठ सकते हैं because she will always guide you to your weekly dose of धमाकेदार entertainment without fail. So over to you, Tavishi.
Thanks, Abhijit. Hello, everyone. If glossy airport, international crime syndicates and morally grey lawmen are your thing, Netflix's new series Thackeray, The Smuggler's Web, might just be on your watch list already.
हमें उनको पकड़ना है. And I don't like threats.
Created by Neeraj Pandey and Raghav M. Jairath, Thackeray is polished, sanitized and slick. A globe-trotting thriller set across high-end airports, global metropolises and the murky underbelly of elite smuggling networks. It looks expensive and it wants you to know that. At its center is Superintendent Arjun Meena, a sharp customs officer played by Imran Hashmi.
तेरे सेठ को बोलना कि मेरा सस्पेंशन खत्म हो गया है.
His mission is simple on paper. Dismantle global smuggling rings and wipe out corruption from within. The trouble begins when ACP Prakash Kumar pulls Arjun and his currently suspended team back into action at Mumbai airport to take on a Chaudhary syndicate. led by the elusive kingpin Bada Chaudhary.
तुम अपने धंधों से मेरे देश को बर्बाद कर रहे हो।
ब्रेकिंग न्यूज, आपका देश बहुत पहले ही बर्बाद हो चुका है।
Now Bada operates from Italy with tentacles in Bangkok, Addis Ababa and Aldera, smuggling everything from luxury watches and gold plates to cocaine. Pilots, air hostesses, customs officials. No one is clean. And that's where Thackeray finds its tension. Honest officers, compromised seniors and well-meaning subordinates are all busy trying to outplay each other inside a maze of red tapeism and bureaucracy. What keeps the show engaging is its unpredictability. Till the very end, you are guessing who's the informer, who's quietly on Bada's payroll and who's just surviving the system.
Operation Longshot is on.
Across 7 episodes, the series leans heavily on action set pieces, meticulous strategizing, ticking clocks, dual timelines, and layered conspiracies. The screenplay thrives on unease. The tension is slow burning, soaked in moral ambiguity. Importantly, Thackeray understands that thrillers don't need twists every 10 minutes. Episodes don't end with flashy cliffhangers, but with revelations. Quieter, but effective. There's also a refreshing lens here. Crime isn't treated as pure evil. It's shown as economy, as survival, as a system feeding on itself.
चौधरी syndicate 24 तारीख को 500 किलो पीला उतारने का प्लान कर रही है।
Imran Hashmi anchors the show with restraint. No loud heroics here, just contained intensity. A man constantly torn between instinct and consequence. His arc, however, remains fairly straight compared to the others. Amrita Khanvilkar, Nandish Singh Sandhu and Zoya Afroz deliver solid performances. Freddie Daruwala, unfortunately, is let down by a lazily written character.
आज प्रिया को बख्शा मैंने अर्जुन, सुधर जाओ।
And Sharat Kelkar as Bada Chaudhary feels miscast. Meant to be menacing, but landing strangely vanilla, with an underpowered sense of threat. The final climax too falters. When international agencies step in for a decisive showdown, you can't help but wonder, why did this solution not occur to Arjun several episodes ago? Still, credit where it's due. After middling outings like Auro Mein Kahan Dam Tha and Sikandar Ka Muqaddar, Neeraj Pandey seems back in familiar territory. Sharp, controlled and confident. Thackeray, the smuggler's web, may not soar at the finish line, but for most of its run, it remains an engaging, well-mounted thriller that knows exactly how to keep you watching. If you have followed Veer Das long enough, you know his humor isn't just about punchlines. It's observational, political, and quietly subversive. The good news? That voice remains fully intact in Happy Patel, his directorial outing. The jokes haven't disappeared, they have just changed shape. Directed by Veer Das along with Kavi Shastri and written by Amog Ranadev.
तो इंडिया के अंदर है और इंडिया तेरे अंदर। हेलो, मैं आपके अंदर हूँ।
Happy Patel is a crisp 1 hour 59-minute oddball comedy that's unapologetically about Indians. Our quirks, contradictions, and yes, our enduring obsession with the fair skin. Along the way, the film casually drops references to colonial hangovers, socio-politics, and even Rishi Sunak's Britain. All delivered so nonchalantly that you are laughing before you realize what you are laughing at. Now, make no mistake, Happy Patel is quirky, but it's not frivolous.
Are you mad or what? This is Goa, man.
The story begins years ago in Goa, where a maid named Sakubai loses her life trying to save a vase during a scuffle that also kills a local don from Panjore. Cut to years later, and Sakubai's son, adopted by British special agents, has grown up as Happy Smith Paisley, a chef, ballet dancer, and a thoroughly confused cultural cocktail. When MI7 sends him to India, his Indian fixation begins. He learns Hindi, bargaining tactics, Rohit Shetty-style combat, and Shah Rukh Khan-style romance. Back in Panjore, the dead Don's daughter Mama now runs Mama Real, a fairness cream empire catering to India's skin tone anxieties. But Mama isn't just an entrepreneur. She's a feared Don who's kidnapped British dermatologist Beatrice to manufacture creams that promise brighter skin in 21 days. Happy must stop Mama and rescue Beatrice. Yes, it's chaotic and logic has exited the stage.
देखो मेरे पास information है.
कौन क्या टाइप की information?
Informative type का information और कौन सा type का information होता है वो?
Happy Patel belongs squarely to the anarchic universe of Delhi Belly, maybe even Madgaon Express. Think of it as a puzzle where the pieces don't belong together. And that refusal to fit neatly into Bollywood's idea of a comic caper is precisely what makes it refreshing.
मामा से तो हम सब आए.
The film also earns brownie points for flipping gender roles. The climax sees goons dropping guns and axes to settle scores with chopping boards and spatulas. Cooking becomes par. Masculinity is questioned, bent, and laughed at. When Main Hoon alpha male plays as Happy calmly makes a sandwich, you know exactly what the film is doing. And it's having fun doing it.
I'm from India.
Veer Das is in top form as Happy, effortlessly funny, buoyed by that brilliant British meets Hindi accent. Ladki becomes Lakdi, Tum becomes Tom, and every Tom summons a random British man lurking in the background. It's absurd, it's hysterical.
Happy Patel, मैं तुम्हें ऐसे नहीं मारूंगी.
Mona Singh is quietly menacing as Mama, slicing fingers without blinking, obsessing over Sanjeev Kapoor's cutlets and slapping people when annoyed.
घर पे मैवरा नहीं है क्या?
Oh! Mithila Palkar sparkles as Rupa. Sumukhi Suresh is delightful as Sakhubai. And then come the surprise.